there, y'all. So today I wanted to talk about how we spend our time in adoration. Generally, we could apply this to prayer in all aspects, but I wanted to really specify adoration because I feel like a lot of people just go into adoration and first thing they do is open up a spiritual book or grab a rosary and start instantly praying that. And both of those things are great. Like, don't get me wrong. Both are amazing things to do. Even in adoration, they are amazing things to do. But I feel like we're just trying to fill that silence a lot of the time and not actually listen. We need to go into adoration and spend some time in silence. I mean, we're in the presence of Jesus there. Think about that. We're in the presence of Jesus. And you're going to go in there and just talk? You don't want to listen to him? You don't want to listen to what Jesus has to say? I mean, adoration is one of the greatest gifts that we have as Catholics. So we should embrace it and go in there and just sit in silence and listen to what Jesus has to say. When we go into adoration or prayer anytime, really, we need to have that openness to receive, that understanding that it's conversation and not just us speaking to God and asking him for something, but that we are called to listen and hear what he has to tell us. Especially if we're asking something, like if we're asking a question, if we're asking for guidance in our vocation, if we're asking for just anything, how do we hope to hear an answer if we just continue speaking and then once we're done speaking we leave? We're never going to get that answer if we're not open to hearing it. Now, I already mentioned it, but I do want to make sure that you all understand that I'm not bashing anybody for going in and reading scripture or spiritual reading or praying a rosary in adoration. I do that myself all the time. But it's not what we are supposed to do every single time we go in there. We have to go in there, and yes, we can do all those things, but after we do those things, or before we do all those things, or in the midst of doing it all, just take 5 minutes, 5-10 minutes, and just sit and listen. We live in such a busy society today that silence scares us. We have to embrace it. We're not meant to live as society calls us to. We're meant to live as Christ does. And he wants us to sit and listen to him. He wants us to be in silence with him. We're most comfortable in silence when we're with those that we love. We should be so comfortable in the silence of Christ. We should be overjoyed to be able to sit in silence with him. And yet, we still struggle with it. I'm not calling any of you out specifically. I struggle. It's just something that we need to work on. It's something that is really, really beautiful when we give it a chance. Alright, so transitioning beyond just today's video, I wanted to talk about something really awesome that's coming up. So, that Catholic couple, Steve the Missionary, and Maria from Ascension Presents, which are all awesome YouTube channels, and I will leave links in the bio below for you to go check them all out, are hosting a Catholic YouTuber Hangout on July 22nd at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'll also leave in the bio below some breakdowns for time zones if you're not sure exactly what that means. There's going to be a lot down in the bio below, so be sure to check that out. Anyways, yeah, so what this is for people who YouTube about Catholic things, but not just them. If you YouTube about cats, if you YouTube about Cars, if you YouTube about video games, if you YouTube about underwater basket weaving. Hey, that'd be cool. Alright? Yeah, so if you do any of those things, or anything else, and you are Catholic, this Hangout is for you. So I'm going to leave a link down to that Catholic couples video talking about this in more detail so that you can check it out and possibly sign up also. So yeah, that's really something that I'm looking forward to, and it's just a great community that is being formed here on YouTube. Anyways, if you liked today's video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. Hit the subscribe also while you're at it. I mean, look, there's a whole bunch of buttons down there. You should go click them. There's one over there, the bio with all my social media. Go hit it. Peace out, y'all.